today. We welcome you to Agelessdiscourse with Pastor Fred and Oluchi Chukwuonu.
Hello, Ageless. Good to see you again. You're welcome.
All right, we want to thank you for following us up as well in Facebook, in Instagram, and in WhatsApp. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your comments, and even thank you for all the shares. You are really encouraging us. God bless you. All right, today, in today's discourse, we'll be talking about a very important but hard topic. A very hard topic. I know so many times my husband has brought it up, and we're like, let's move it a little bit. You know, I wonder if it's this difficult for us, how much more the couples that are involved. So today we'll be talking about how do I tell my spouse I cheated? How do I tell my spouse I cheated? You will agree with me that it's really, really very difficult, you know, and a hard nut to crack. Very, very difficult. You know, sometimes some psychologists or school of thought that you don't say it if you're not caught, you know. And then some of our opinion too that it's better you open up for the healing of the marriage. So today we'll be discussing how to tell your spouse you cheated. All right.
Well, it's a good topic in as much as it's sometimes difficult to explain, but it's the right thing to do, and we're glad that we're going to look at it very well today and to see how we can help us to achieve that purpose. Right? Cheating is not a welcome idea in relationship, and it's not fun. It's not romance.
Not at all.
Okay? When you cheat, you've committed a sin as far as marriage is concerned. You have transgressed against the law of marriage. Is for between two people, and it's not between three. So each time you move away from your wife or your husband, you have transgressed. And the transgression, once you transgress or you commit a sin, one thing that is needful for you to do is to go and do confession. And because our bodies belongs to us, my wife belongs to me and I belongs to her, and she's answerable to me concerning anything that happens to her body, and likewise I'm answerable to her too. So when we transgress against one another in relationship, it's expected that we should go before one another and ask for forgiveness and make known our sin, because that is when we shall be forgiven. All right. So having said that, we've just thrown the door open to look into it proper.
All right. Thank you, Ani. You see, in relationship, nobody anticipates that. In fact, during courting, we played our loyalty and faithfulness. But the truth that it's like we know, it happens, and most of the marriages that have had issues of foundation or even issues of divorce, if you trace it properly, some of them is in this extramarital affairs, or what you call adultery or infidelity. So I want to ask, what do you think that actually causes cheating among the couples?
Yeah, there are so many things that cause cheating in marriage or between the couple. Between the couple, one of the things that can lead one to cheat could be one habit. Could be habit. If you marry somebody that has been in the habit of having sex now and often, and it happens that in the marriage he's not getting it as often as he would want. The tendency of that person looking outside to get satisfaction is always there because he has grown and it's been adapted to the issue of not, being satisfied by one person. I've seen I met a young man before that told me that he cannot sleep without a woman. There is no way he can sleep and pass the night. He's a married man. So there's no way he can sleep without a woman. Whether the wife is there or not, he must sleep with somebody. Now they can see the addiction there.
Yeah.
The man is addicted to that, and that is one reason that can cause someone to actually cheat in marriage.
This thing you said just reminded me the things we are being taught when we were single.
Yeah.
You understand? They told us that, marriage does not cure fornication.
Yes.
They taught us about self-control. Sometimes a lot of people sleep with anything under the skirt. Anything wearing skirt is okay.
Even trouser.
They lack self-control.
Yeah.
And some of them will feel that when I get married, it will stop. It will not stop. So the issue of self-control should also be applicable to married, couples.
Yes, it is.
Very, very.
Yeah. And another aspect, another thing that can lead one into cheating is what do you call the lack of romance and the sexless marriage.
Wow.
Or romance can be another one. You see, once there is, or you can even call it abuse in marriage. Let me use that instead of the other one because that explains that one better. When there's domestic abuse where the couples engage in physical assault, fighting one another, now you discover that there will be no romance in that marriage.
Exactly.
There is no way there will be romance in that marriage because each time you are quarreling, then how will you come up about talking about romance? So that alone will keep them apart. There will be a social distance that is not required. and that will isolate them, and which is not required in marriage. So that, and when that happens, then the other will begin to look elsewhere to get that satisfaction. Yeah, that emotional satisfaction. So that is another aspect also that can lead one into cheating. Then another one also could be the issue of drug and alcoholic. You see, these are some of the things that if you look at the guys that are addicted in alcohol or in drug, you discover that once that happens, once they are drunk or charged with drugs, now the caution is thrown away. The boundaries of marriage are no longer remembered anymore. All right, they throw caution to the air, and because under the influence of that alcohol or drug, they can do anything. Boundaries are removed.
Yes.
You don't keep to it anymore. All right, there are a couple of things that can lead us into cheating in marriage. You talk about finance. Finance is there.
Yes.
All right, not having enough, and you're under pressure to provide for the family or to meet up your needs can actually lead you, him or her, in committing adultery.
Well, you see, honey, sometimes our society, have this culture that a man can be excused. You understand? Even in the Bible, remember when that woman was caught in adultery? They said, where is the man? So, believe that men are exempted. Some people will tell you they can go all the way and live the way they like, but women must not be caught. What's your take there?
Well, yeah, it's been an old culture that has been in existence. But sometimes those things happen because, you see, men has always been in the hem of the affairs. When you talk about even the Bible you refer, who are the Pharisees and the Sadducees? They're all men. These are men that are up there. So you discover that in a place whereby that's where the corruption comes to society. Because they are there. And they always feel, it's not as bad as when men commit such things. All right. But in the eyes of men, they can justify that, but in the eyes of God, it's not so. All right. It's actually meant that the Bible said that God created man and a woman, and two of them are meant to stay together. Now, it's not that you are a man and you believe that, well, men can be excused, because one of the things they used to say that you say men don't bring in, men gives away, but women brings in. That when a woman meets a woman, he carries that thing out, but the woman will bring it into the house, and men see that as well as an insult. How can you do that? And men see it as demeaning. All right, and that's why sometimes you see men, it's difficult for them to forgive at times when such thing happen. Yes, in as much as they're jealous and of their wife, and they want to protect, but this protection is actually a selfish one. Just because they don't want another person to touch her. But in the real sense, no one is exempted in this.
Yes, I think
whether you are a man or a woman. All right, the Bible didn't say in the book of Matthew chapter 5, if you read verse 31, 32, when Jesus said that the only way you can divorce or put away your wife is when she committed adultery. All right, infidelity in marriage. That's the license. We know that once that can happen, it becomes difficult to deal with. All right. Even at that, the Bible didn't say it was if women are caught. It's both. So a woman has much right as the man.
But you remember that one? When they brought the woman before Jesus, where is the guy? No, it's not. One single person cannot commit adultery.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You see?
Who are the people that caught the people? Are they not men?
They are men now.
I'm trying to
of
say
course.
So,
They'll tell you it's men's law. But anyway, things, women are up in the game now, you understand, because of the quest to provide for their homes. Most women are breadwinners.
yes.
And for them to come up top, sometimes they are being pressured into cheating. You understand? Even in high institutions, we have heard such stories. For you to even graduate, sometimes you have to go through kind. So women are also up in that game. But what are we saying? We shouldn't cheat.
Yes.
For any reason, we shouldn't cheat.
transgression
Some
against
people have
God.
done it out of retaliation.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Revenge.
Because revenge. Because if their man had done one too, the woman said, okay, I can equally do the same, especially in the generation that we are in.
Which is wrong.
Which is very wrong. Which is very
It should
wrong.
not be encouraged at all. It's not godly. It's a sin against your marriage. All right, you have transgressed against that relationship, and that should not be condoned. And that is why we are saying that when such thing is done, there's a need to confess. There's a need for reconciliation, of which we are going to come into that.
One thing again, when you come to opening up, that's where the issue is. A lot of marriages, a lot of spouses have actually done this, and they were not caught. And that some, like I said earlier, some psychologists will tell you, some marriage counselors will tell you, if you're not caught, there's no point opening a wound. You understand? Because of the fear, the emotional trauma that will go on after that. Sometimes the doubt. Once you are cheating, it's like you're eating the trust that lays the foundation of your marriage. So sometimes it's a very hard nut to crack. How do you go about saying I committed? Sometimes I know people do it out of guilt. You understand? And some do it because they want to free themselves. But sometimes it's not really, 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 really easy, to open up to your spouse. And I think that is something that is hard. I don't know how to go about it.
Yes, it's a difficult situation. And that's the reason why I always say that for one to think about coming to confess and open up before you, you should salute that person's courage. All right? For your spouse to wake up and begin to make plans for you to see and say, look, I want to talk to you about this. All right? And we should respect that, because for her to come up with such thing means that, or him, means that she or he won't actually want that relationship to continue. He doesn't want to end that relationship. Because we know that, just like the Bible said, people will say, well, you have done the worst, so I'm free to go. That's what the Bible said. But don't forget that. That's what the Bible said. Don't forget about forgiveness. There is forgiveness. There's redemption in all this. What we're saying is that when that happens, it shouldn't be, divorce shouldn't be the best option. We should weigh other options first. And for a spouse to come up to you and want to confess, which you know is not easy. You hardly see a criminal that they've been caught and is coming to confess. You get it? Very difficult. Hardly will you see that, except one that is born again and said, well, I used to do this in the past, but I don't do it anymore. All right? For a couple to come and do that, it means there's aspect of maturity and regard for that relationship. And that we should not take for granted, because it's very important. Because the ones it was some of that courage to come up. Remember, there are two things before him or her. All right? He knows that he doesn't lose that marriage.
That is it. And that has been the fear.
Yes.
The fear is that if I'm coming to tell you, I have to prepare my mind.
For the worst.
For the worst. If you say no, do you understand? Then that ends the marriage. Then, how I'm going to say it also will help me whether it will be saved or not, depending. You know, I have heard stories of people that said, especially in the traditional way, that once your wife is caught in adultery, you should never eat whatever that belongs to. You know, something we hate.
Yes.
And sometimes you see that women try to conceal it, because even when the man feels like I will forgive, traditionally we become scared. Because traditionally, some of the, tradition will tell you, don't ever eat what the woman has prepared, if not you will die. And so what do you think? Is it really right? Is it against forgiveness? As believers, should we should we embrace such things and send our wives away, even when we don't want to?
In the context we're talking about as believers, even though the Bible said that at that point you can, but I want to tell us something. Jesus said that it wasn't so from the beginning. He said, but because of the heart of the men, the hardened heart of men, that's why God said, okay, give certificate of divorce. God didn't make it that way from the one. Now we're looking at the original intent of God concerning marriage. Yes, if there is no sin, there will be no forgiveness. When such sin happens, there's a room for forgiveness. Whether traditionally or not, yes, tradition might want to make it harder on people. All right, and that was why we were asking Jesus at that time, what should be done? He knew that he would not break the law. He said, yes, it's there. All right.
But if you know you have not committed sin,
if you have not done such thing before, be the first to throw the stone. And we discover that all of them have committed the same act that they are punishing, they want to punish the woman for. So the same thing is that I will tell you, if you have made up your mind in your own marriage, you said because your spouse has committed such thing, all right, and you want to take the drastic action. Have you ever committed sin before? If there is no sin in you, then go ahead and do it, just like Jesus told them.
all right, no one will ever say he has not committed sin. But the truth is that the sin of adultery is really, really very hard.
Yes.
Seriously, because sometimes when you look at the person, the devil will want to remind you and show you the picture of what happened in the past. But we will get into it maybe in our next episode, because it's not something we'll just rush now. You agree with me?
Yes.
We have to take step by step, because there's a way you will speed out. Of course, instead of doing good, it might even damage the marriage. So it's something we have to be very careful. But any marriage that is laid on foundation of truth is always important for you to open up.
Yes.
It's important.
Openness.
Yes.
Is very important.
It's transparency.
Yes.
When you just open up, you see you become free. You are free of the guilt. Because it's really, really heavy. And
that's the more reason why you decided to come and confess, because you cannot bear it alone anymore. Don't worry. The need to open up is important. All right. God is merciful too. And God has the heart of both of us in his hands. If we have transgressed against one another, we don't condone that. We say there is no reason why you should go and cheat on your spouse. You shouldn't do that. But if peradventure it happens, because it can happen in so many ways, there are people that didn't plan for it, and it happened.
Yes.
All right, some are forced to do that.
Yes, some are
pressured. All right,
yes,
to do that. And then we should also look at this is when we're looking at how to explain yourself.
Exactly, how to explain
before
yourself.
Your spouse.
And let's try as much as possible to avoid cheating, knowing that if you believe that one day you will open up, these are boundaries that we set for ourselves. Because if in your relationship, the foundation of your relationship, you are vowed to tell yourself the truth, there are certain things you know you cannot hide from your wife or from your husband. So that would be a guide for you not even to step into it in the first place. Do you understand? It's very, very important. And for some people that have engaged themselves in internet, what do you call it? Pornography and things like that, you know, it's not good for your relationship. Some have extended their word of a relationship, you know, become intimate with people they meet on the net. You don't need it. Some people have even gone to the extent of reconciling with their ex. What are you looking for?
Yes.
What are you looking for? Because you know it will eventually lead to cheating. If you have had sexual relationship with your a kind of friend before you got married, there's no point connecting that relationship.
Well, you have heard it all.
Yes.
We're running out of time, and we will in the next edition we'll begin to talk about how you will do that.
Yes.
I want you to be encouraged. All right. You are not alone. The Lord is with you.
Yes.
And I pray that the Lord will strengthen you, and the Lord will stand by you when you will begin to open up before your spouse. So by the next edition, we will look at it, and that will help you. We are not custodian of this knowledge and wisdom, but we believe that will help you in such a way, you know, to go about it. So until we meet again next time, don't forget to like our page. Don't like our video, share our videos. When you do this, you partner with us. And I tell you something, by your sharing, some other people that would ordinarily not been able to get this will be able to watch it, and that might bring a healing in the romance, in the relationship. Yes. So let's please do that. You know, share the video, and also don't forget to click like even in WhatsApp and
Facebook
and the Instagram.
You know, comment, like, share, and the Lord will bless you. Thank you so much. Until we come your way next time. God bless you.